tomorrow, hey, the sun is gonna shine, yeah. Listen now, everything's gonna be alright now, yeah. Everything's gonna be alright, yeah, right now.
Good evening and welcome to News Live here on Lntv. 30 minutes of news from Liberia and other parts of the world. Today is Friday, December 4, 2020. I'm your anchor, Jarp Davies, and stories coming up on this edition of the program. President Weah calls on Liberians to vote the ruling coalition for democratic change candidates to ensure legislative backing for the pro-poor agenda. National Elections Commission hails Liberia Broadcasting System for its professional performance ahead of major coverage of the midterm senatorial election. Liberia Revenue Authority pays tribute to compliant taxpayers across the country in observance of Tax Appreciation Day. And former Ivory Coast President Laurent has been issued an Ivorian passport enabling him to return home from exile. These stories plus more are all coming up on this edition of the program. Keep watching. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to the program. President Weah has re-echoed his call on Liberians to elect Coalition for Democratic Change CDC lawmakers to push the government's pro-poor agenda. Speaking when he dedicated the refurbished Lanko Lepe High School in Kakata, Magibi County, President Weah also urged Liberians to vote yes in the referendum.
Well, I think the government needs to move forward with the agenda, and we hope that Liberian people will continue to repose the confidence in us. So we come to them to elect our senators and those that are going to help us to push our agenda. It's a simple call, because the more people we get in the parliament, the more work we can do. You don't want to bring anybody that will, that don't have policy, don't have a vision, just walking the street and they're insulting government. We need people that can align with the government agenda so the Liberian people's quest for development can be fulfilled. So I'm asking the Liberian people to join us to put in those senators we wanted to vote for. And then the referendum we talk about is in the interest of the Liberian people. People say that the president wants to go for third term, that's why he's proposing referendum. They're all fallacies. You know, if you look at, if you all read our constitution, for us, the true democracy is to serve 2 terms. You understand? There's nothing in the provision for the referendum that will change our government from the 2 terms to 3 terms. What we're saying, we are all Liberians. Some are all left here during the war. Our parents left. Children are born in America, in Australia, and the rest of the world. When they come back to Liberia, we alienate them. They're not Liberians. So it's very frustrating. So what we need to do is that despite they have different passports, they are still Liberian. And I always make an example of myself. Imagine you telling Timothy is not a Liberian. I, Georgia, I'm a Liberian. My man, Abasa, my father, crew. Because I born a kid in Europe on our plane, so he can be Liberian. Is that what we're saying? Those that left the war that went because of programs, that went to school, and they are qualified to have a foreign passport. You mean that they can be Liberians again? So let it not twist what we're trying to do. You understand? And to change the tenure of a president, it's one of the best things that can happen. The term says they're long, any president you put in, let them work fast for you. So if it's short, they can work fast. The representative cut their terms down so they can work fast. Because when it is short, everybody has the possibility to lead. Then you will not see cross, you will not see the cross of dispute and what have you.
The Liberian leader has also lauded the Liberia Agency for Community Empowerment list for the renovation of the Lntv High School.
I think it's satisfactory. If I can recall, I think 2 years ago, we came here and they tour us to see the facility was broken down. Today it's a place. It's a good thing. I just want to thank again Liz and the Minister of Education that they were able to be successful in making the dream of the young people come true. We are happy, you know. I'm glad I came to see it because I didn't want anyone to tell me. So I'm here. I remember we stood right here when they told us that the entire building is collapsing. Today, we are almost a new building. And I showed the people, the students of Lntv, they are happy. So we are happy. Again, Liz, thank you for your effort and the changes in our people's lives. Have the confidence of the people. After one government, there will be another government. And I think we have an opportunity to bring the change we talk about. And people repose confidence in us. The things they want is to help them to gain growth. And in every sector we're trying to help, whether it's the educational sector. So it's important to us. What we say we're going to do. Remember, we never went to debate. We only came to our people. We say, if you let me, I can do this, I can do that. So what we say we can do, this is the exercise. You know, if we got a broken down school building and the children need that building to educate themselves, the government have to react. So what we're doing, you know, building roads and building hospitals and market. In our campaign was a simple message. If you make me president, I can do this. I can build road from the last village to the city. And that's what we're doing. So there's nothing. We're just trying to keep our promise, you know, and I'm glad that 2 years ago we came here, we spoke right here, we walked behind there to see this today. One can only say, bless God and glory be to God.
The chairperson of the National Elections Commission, Deviata Bamba, is commending the management of the Liberia Broadcasting System, LBS, for helping the entity to inform the public about its activities. Madam Bamba said besides, LBS continues to provide balanced information to the public on matters relating to the electoral process. The chairperson of the National Elections Commission made the assertion Friday when she paid a courtesy call on LBS Director General Estelle Liberty Cameron at LBS offices in Painesville.
What we're looking for is the facts should be told, and even if the facts were told in respect to the commission not really doing what it's supposed to do, you know, at least Liberians get to hear, they get to see that you are employing the Balancing Act by ensuring that the pros and cons of what we do at the Commission are relayed to the public. This strengthens the Commission to even to check itself more so that our performance can be on par, at least with some expectations, you know, from the listening and viewing public. So today, as we have launched our community engagement, we say at the leadership that we bring the commission to the people. Yes, we are on 9th Street. We do a lot of things with the public, but most times it's with a select group. But when it comes time for elections, then it's the Republic of Liberia. But the commission wants to go a little more, you know, because it helps our civic and voter education, you know, of what we do. So today is to say thank you and to say that we present the National Elections Commission to you and your staff. We continue to work with you, and we hope that you too will do the same for the commission. so that Liberians get to know and appreciate what our mandate is, and that they too have access to not just information from us, but feedback from them. So thank you once again.
Responding, LBS Director General Estelle Liberté Cameron thanked the NEC chairperson for the visit and said the system looks forward to collaboration with the National Elections Commission.
We want to say thank you too for stopping by, and thank you for doing the kind of work that you do, considering your mandate that is very critical. We here at the Liberian Broadcasting System, in line with our own mandate, we have a responsibility to the public to inform them, first of all, about what's going on as government policies, what government wants to do. And the media services was Madam Titi Jibro, which is her core function to ensure that happens. And she worked with her team there. They've been doing quite well. In
Recognize that.
Yes, informing what it has to do with the referendum, or calling people out to go and vote, exercise their civic rights. And so we will always be here. We are open anytime. Wherever you have a little hiccups, you can call us. We'll see whether we can fill any gap. Like you said, Liberia first. We want to, during these critical times, ensure that our people go to elections and vote, turn out in their numbers to vote without chaos. And we have been doing that over the last couple of weeks, trying to educate our people that it's the right to vote, or go and vote and respect others as they turn out to vote. So once more, we want to say thank you. We've tried here, tried our best to create a space for all.
That's good.
Whether it's opposition,
well appreciated.
Whether it's the government, to come and let the voices be heard and tell the Liberian people what they have to offer. I hope during these last days, candidates, will make themselves available to be able to share their platform with the Liberian people, so that all this will help to create a fair space.
The head of the Liberia Revenue Authority, the LRA, Thomas Dona, has praised all taxpayers for their dedication and commitment to paying their taxes. Speaking at the Tax Appreciation Day program Friday in Painesville, the LRA boss disclosed that the day is meant to recognize compliant taxpayers and the highest taxpayers at different levels.
Welcome you to our annual Taxpayers and Appreciation Day program. Since so many of you hear this unspoken of what we can achieve together as we strive to increase domestic revenue and succeed as we strive to build roads and other critical infrastructure across the country. The Taxpayers and Appreciation Day is an annual event which means that showcasing achievements in tax collection, trade facilitation, and appreciating compliant taxpayers, strengthening partnerships between the Liberian Authority, private and public sectors, non-governmental sector, and always stay constructive dialogue. For the period of appreciation, we want to report to you that we collected $525.9 million against a recast budget of $518.9 million. With that, you see that we collected $23.5 million above our projected revenue. But I want to say thanks to all taxpayers and partners for the contribution, especially with the solid support in economic activity and employment, as we harness our energies and put in place the necessary measures, especially health measures, and the elections, tourism, remittances, commodity prices, all because.
Meanwhile, Liberia's Comptroller General Janka Kuo says the government remains committed to utilizing wisely the taxes collected by government. Well, just coming our way, a reminder that you're watching news live here on Lntv, 30 minutes of news from Liberia and other places across the world. Today is Friday, December 4, 2020, and I'm your presenter, Jarp Davies. Stories we're following on the program: President George Weah calls on Liberians to vote the ruling coalition for democratic change candidates to ensure legislative backing for the Propo agenda. National Elections Commission hails Liberia Broadcasting System for its professional performance ahead of major coverage of the midterm senatorial elections. Liberia Revenue Authority pays tribute to compliant taxpayers across the country in observance of Tax Appreciation Day. And away from Liberia, former Ivory Coast President Laurent has been issued an Ivorian passport, enabling him to return home from exile. Most stories are still ahead of this edition of the program. Keep watching. We take this break and be right back. Welcome back to the program. While a visiting American fashion ambassador has praised the resilience of the Liberian people in pushing for the betterment of their country, Ambassador Quentin D. Alexander, Chief Executive of We Dream in Color Foundation, said what he has seen on the ground is contrary to negative things people told him about Liberia. He was speaking Thursday at the historic Providence Island when his foundation presented the 2020 Nelson Mandela Freedom Award to Liberian youth campaigner Ambassador Bill Rogers.
Last but not least, the team of the Bill Rogers Foundation, Bill Rogers Youth Foundation, and the citizen of Monrovia for your welcoming me to the city. When I first heard of Bill M. Rogers, I became interested. When I spoke for hours the first time we talked with Bill M. Rogers, I became impressed. Now that I come to Monrovia and I witness his work and the way he is respected by his peers and his family and his friends here in Monrovia, I am truly wowed. I cannot tell you how overjoyed I am to witness this young man work, following and walking in the steps of the former president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela. It is such an honor to see that this young man who was tortured and left for dead rebuilds himself up and wants to come back to his hometown.
Also speaking, Deputy Information Minister Daniel Gayu called on other young people to follow the good examples of Ambassador Rogers.
The government of Liberia, your countrymen, Liberians, congratulate you all upon your receiving of this prestigious Nelson Mandela Freedom Award. As I listen to your story, and as I hear, I'm seriously thinking that President Weah must be your role model. It's not only because you share similarity of a challenged childhood and you defy all of those challenges to become great, it's also the generosity to humanity that gave you this award today. And you see what you do when you follow his footsteps, the awards start coming. You didn't just receive an award, you also receive it as the first Liberian. We are just 4 million persons.
Well, for his part, the award recipient, Youth Ambassador Bill Rogers, thanked the people of Liberia for the level of support over the years, noting that the honor belongs to all Liberians.
Reconciliation, peace, building, integrity, dignity in this country. If I were kidnapped, if I can ask the nations of Liberia, whatever situation that we're going through, we can work it out. We can definitely work it out and we can put it together. Now we are going for election now. Open your eye. You know who is your hero. You know who is your legend. You know who can make it happen. Choose wisely for yourself. Decide, look in your eye. Don't let anyone fool you. Stand. I will close by telling the legend, because if I make one of Mark of Nelson Mandela, the man that is more respected in this world, Nelson Mandela didn't respond. Chief, that man is very sick. Why are you bringing him on our table?
Now, with just 4 days to the midterm senatorial elections, a candidate in the Montserrado County process, Cecilia Weah, has withdrawn from the race and pledged her support for the Coalition for Democratic Change candidate, Thomas Fala. The National Democratic Coalition candidate attributed her decision to back off from the senatorial race to family issues. Announcing her decision in Painesville on Friday, Madam Weah said she took the decision in the interests of people of Montserrado County and Liberia.
Looking at a political party or looking at a human being, because I've visited all around Montserrado, homes, I've been to different homes, and I see the life and the condition of the people of Montserrado. So I come to a conclusion that I want to give my vote to Chief Fala. They will say, why Chief Fala? Yes, I've been shopping around. They will say, well, the man being in power for 3 terms, this and that. I've been to the university, I've been to the clinic, the hospital, I've been to the other school. And some people tell me, say, oh, but kind of school is in his name. Yeah, when you look at Rockefeller Center, Rockefeller Bay Center, he put nobody in it, he put his name. That development. Donald Trump building. This one, over Laurent University. You see all these things. So everybody has the right to do what they want to do. But when I look, I think he is the best candidate that I feel that he would deliver most around. As a representative, if he can do all the development, then he is able to deliver Moserado when he becomes senator.
Now what more about senator?
It's coming from my heart. I know other people say, oh, they're not getting all my bag of money. No, it's not for money. I'm not hungry. I won't sell my birthright for money. I'm taking it from my heart that all my supporters, the Bede, the Kyo, the Loma, all the 15 tribes, the Mandingo, the Christian, the Muslim, I think we all should go behind Representative Fala to become the next senator of Moserado.
The board chairman of the Federation of Motorcycles and Tricycles Unions of Liberia, Reverend Luther Tape, has reiterated calls for Liberians to go to Tuesday's midterm senatorial election peacefully. Reverend Tape made the call Friday when the Federation of Motorcycles and Tricycles Unions of Liberia, with support from USAID and the Catholic Relief Services, inaugurated a project titled Open Space Theater.
Today is a very good day, and as a board chairman, I want to thank the partners, the CRS and the USAID, for sponsoring this program. I just want to leave a word with you, motorcyclists and all Liberians. Election is not war. Election is not war. As we go into the midterm senatorial election, let all Liberians, no matter what political divide you belong to, it is our bound duty to keep the peace of our country. Please let us vote, but at the same time protect Liberia's peace. Know where we got to go. All the countries have their own problems. They are not willing to control Liberia's problem again. We must solve our own problem by making sure that our peace is sustained.
Well, speaking earlier from President John Kia explained that the Open Space Theater is a platform organized to disseminate the message of peace among motorcyclists.
You know the peace can never be maintained if the young people, the motorcyclists, if we cannot champion the cause. Because this sector holds over 85,000 people. And if we are calculating just a ratio of 3% that each motorcyclist is catering to, and multiply that by 85 or 80,000, you'll be having over 240,000. So to tell you that this sector is not a sector to play with, that's the reason why we are fighting our best to making sure that this sector is united and that we should avoid violence before, during, and after elections. As we approach our elections, this Open Space Theater will organize in order to preach out the message of peace to our people. Cyclists should be able to understand their role during these elections, so that at least you can be able to play a vital role, a significant role, a peaceful role. At the end of the day, our election can be free of violence. So as we are standing here today, we want to encourage you all cyclists to please stay away from violence. Let us all maintain peace before and after elections.
The chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, is calling on partisans to turn out in their numbers at the party headquarters on Saturday for the close of the party's campaign. Chairman Moba Molu, in a press conference on Friday, appreciated partisans for the campaign they are carrying out to ensure victory for the party's Moserado candidate, Thomas Fala.
And so, We will be having a victory campaign closure tomorrow. We want all militants to come outside with their barracks. Wear your beret, wear your t-shirts, come out tomorrow. Let's close our campaign. Each district has been authorized to assemble in specific areas. We'll read it out to you. And then the candidate shall do an inspection tour tomorrow. A guided tour, every district. And the Women League themselves have decided that they will assemble here tomorrow at the headquarters in their Tifa Weah Lapa.
Very strong.
The women are determined tomorrow to showcase their strength.
I know what we can do.
They will be converged here at the headquarters. Women from the 17th district of Montserrat, women auxiliary groupings, will all be here tomorrow. Districts are supposed to be assembling at specific locations, and then the party will move in that direction. Seditions, even though we are winning, but we must not be complacent.
And now away from Liberia, former President of Ivory Coast Laurent Gbagbo has been issued an Ivorian passport enabling him to return home from exile. He has been living in Belgium since he was acquitted last year of war crimes charges at the International Criminal Court. Mr. Gbagbo, who was given regular and diplomatic passports, says he will return to Ivory Coast this month. It is not clear what he will do once he returns home, but he has been a vocal critic of President Alassane Ouattara, who was recently elected for a controversial third term, sparking political violence. On that note, that's how we end this edition of News Live here on Lntv. Before we leave, let's recap the major stories we followed. President George Weah calls on Liberians to vote the ruling coalition for democratic change candidates to ensure legislative backing for the pro-poor agenda. National Elections Commission hails Liberia Broadcasting System for its professional performance ahead of major coverage of the midterm senatorial election. Liberia Revenue Authority pays tribute to compliant taxpayers across the country in observance of Tax Appreciation Day. And away from Liberia, former Ivory Coast President Laurent Gbagbo has been issued an Ivorian passport enabling him to return home from exile. Many thanks to all our reporters, correspondents, and editors who helped in making this package a success. Many thanks to you for your viewing role. Join us on Monday morning when we'll be back here with another edition of the program. Till that time, my name is Jarp Davies, wishing you all the best from Pinsville. Bye-bye for now.
Yeah, alright.
Liberia.com. National Toiletries Incorporated, Liberia-owned and reliable toiletries company, specialized in advanced quality toiletries assorted products such as Kumba tissue, Kumba baby pampers, Kumba napkins, Kumba paper towel, and Kumba Flora. At National Toiletries Incorporated, we also have Gulf LC and UP Cosmetic Products. We have the expertise and experience. We train professional Liberian men and women. We use modernized machines and equipment to produce international standard toiletries in Liberia. We also produce Kumba Benu special mineral water, Mamusu clear gel, and laundry soap. National Toiletries Incorporated, Liberia-owned toiletries. We are located in Painesville, Benafam. Call us